Hi everyone, I'm Sandy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very late July TBR. Yes, we're already into July, at least 1 week into July, and I'm just now doing a TBR video. That should tell you how chaotic things have been for me. I am loving my new job. I am really getting, in depth, trying to learn, and it is a lot to learn, and I love that part of learning. I feel so energized in regards to what I'm doing at work. But by the time I'm done with work, my brain is like, read? No. Film? No. It has been a challenge to find the time to do some of the other things that I really like to do. So I'm going to have to strike some kind of balance. Hopefully you give me a bit of grace as I try and figure out some type of a recording schedule that will work on a regular basis. It will be a bit sporadic over the next few months as I'm still inundated with trying to learn something new. I have a couple of other events coming up in July. It's just quite a bit. So bear with me. I promise you I'm not stopping my channel. I will continue to make videos. It will be, hit and miss off and on as I go through things. So that's why I'm so late with my TBR. The other thing that has impacted my ability to make videos a bit, if you're not familiar with Alice from Alice in the Giant Bookshelf, she passed away recently. I had heard about this much earlier in June because I was actually supposed to be on a live show with Alice, Jack, and Charlie. No, Alice, Gemma, and Charlie, sorry. And so they had let me know that we weren't going to have the live and why. And it's been really difficult, very difficult. I haven't been doing any buddy reads. I haven't been doing really any group reads. I was doing one in June, which was The Expanse. And then I wasn't even leaving messages for that book, which I loved. So it's been very challenging. Alice and I started our channels right around the same time, and we had done a number of buddy reads, group reads, Christie Fest, a lot of different pieces, a lot of different events. We had a love of having a really large TBR. She always started her channel with that she had way too many books, and I would look through her giant TBR list and find books that we had in common, and see if we could do buddy reads for those. The last one I believe we did was Crime and Punishment. Crazy big, Russian classic. So I was lucky enough to meet Alice in last year, and very thankful to both her and Jack from Spread Book Joy for spending the whole day with me, taking me around to a number of bookstores, but it doesn't really feel real. I still struggle. You can see I'm getting very teary-eyed still. She will definitely be missed. So, okay, I'm gonna pull myself together. I promise. But in honor of Alice, by the way, her husband posted a very lovely community post, and a number of other booktubers who are even closer to her than I was have posted messages about Alice. So if you want to learn more, you can definitely go and search out some. But yeah, she will definitely be missed. Definitely be missed. Okay. But in honor of Alice, the book I'm going to be reading in honor of Alice is actually one of her favorite authors, which is Agatha Christie, and it is going to be books out of this compilation. I love these books, by the way. They are so gorgeous. I love the end papers in them. They're just some of my favorite bind-ups of books. I am not reading Death on the Nile, though. The ones I'm going to be reading are The ABC Murders and hopefully Five Little Pigs. These books are both on my oldest TBR list, so will keep one of my projects hopefully going. You can see here, I do have a bookmark in here because I have started reading The ABC Murders. It's nice to be able to dip into Poirot again and read another book. The last Poirot novel I solved. I don't know if that's the case. I feel like I'm on a red herring trip right now with one of these. So we'll see how it goes. But this is going to be my book honoring Alice. She was definitely a big Agatha Christie fan and of Hercule Poirot. So I will be reading that one. All right. After that, I have my 1001 book club, and the book for June was such a disappointment. Talk about that in an upcoming video, hopefully. The book for July, though, is one I am super excited about because I love this cover. I don't know much about it, but I will be reading The Flamethrowers by Rachel Kushner. The 1001 book club is co-hosted by Britta Bohler. We are both have been kind of having a bit of a hiatus recently, but I hope you consider joining us for this one if you can find time to fit it in. I'm not sure why this cover really interests me, but it definitely does. I don't, again, know much about this particular one, but this is the 1001 book club pick for the month of July. There is no pick in August because I'm off for a number of days in August to go camping, so I intentionally do not select one in the month of August. As far as the other books for the 1001 book countdown for the month of July, it is July, yes. For the month of July, I have picked up this one, The Good Soldier Schweik. That is how the audiobook says that name. So I have been listening to this, reading this in combination. You can see I do actually have a book clip in here. This is also a book for the Big Book Summer Challenge, which was hosted by Sue Jackson. And this was one of the books I really wanted to read. So I'm so happy that I have started this one. I also have The Making of Americans by Gertrude Stein, which is on the 1001 list. I did start to try and listen to that one, and it was like talking in circles, and I said, this is not the book for me right now. So I picked up this one instead, and I am loving it so far because the main character kind of reminds me a little bit of Ignatius from the Confederacy of Dunces a little bit. He's declared an imbecile in the army and is ejected, but then they decide they want him back. And he tries to get out of it, doing a wide variety of different things. It's very interesting book so far. But that one I'm definitely going to be reading. The last one that I do want to try and pick up is actually this one, Howard's End by E.M. Forster. I would like to try and read this one in the month of July. So not too bad, just 3 books. If you haven't seen my May reading wrap up. I think it was my May reading wrap up. I am definitely behind on my 1001 countdown, and it will not get better in July. It just won't. So we're going to go with it, see how it goes. For my inspirational book supporting my 3 million step challenge, I will have updates for that in my June wrap up. But the book I'm going to read for the month of July is actually going to be this one, Hell or High Water by Peter Heller. And I am picking up this one because of the kayaking component of it. It is summer. We're anxious to get the boats out. And so I'm hoping this it inspires me to get my act together and go out kayaking on the weekend coming up very, very soon. So I am picking up that one. Outside of that, I have one buddy read scheduled for sure, which I will be reading with Kristen from Enter the Book, and we will be reading Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson. I think both of us had this on a book haul or something and decided that we would read it, and then or that we were both going to be reading it, and then coordinated a buddy read. This is, I think, the only buddy read I actually have scheduled now for this month. So I think that's good because I can't, like I said, commit to too much right now. So I will be reading that with Kristen. I do have a couple of subscriber favorite books here that I would like to try for that project, and that is to read An Immense World by Ed Yong. I've heard such good things about this. I'm hoping I can kind of make my brain go to this place. We'll see. The other one that I have is Stoner by John Williams. I've heard so many people talk about this one. It would be lovely if I could read this one as well. This is just, like I said, on a subscriber favorite list. So yeah, we'll see. Those are kind of all my project ones. I do have a buddy read that we were supposed to do in June that didn't happen. It was with Jack over at Spread Book Joy for Comanche Moon, which is the 4th book in the Lonesome Dove quartet. Once the news about Alice had kind of come out, neither one of us had just time or energy to be able to do this. And so we've kind of like tabled it a little bit, but there's possibility we could pick it back up kind of maybe in July. I don't know. We'll see. But that one is certainly sitting out there. I also kind of have, a couple others. I need lots of choices to pick from apparently because my brain isn't letting me settle on just one selection right now. Again, I feel like it's because I'm just so scattered. My book selection is also very scattered. Yeah. And the other part is I could completely decide to read something entirely different. That's just unfortunately how my brain is kind of working right now. It's not wanting my off time to be super orderly, organized. It wants to be more chaotic. I've spent a lot of time out walking. We went for a bike ride. Anything along that, watching any kind of mindless TV series has been great. My brain will allow me to do that, but not necessarily to do a lot of extra reading. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes over the next few months. But like I said, please, I hope you stick with me. If you're not subscribed, I hope you consider subscribing and see what I end up actually reading over the next few months. I really do enjoy BookTube. I enjoy the relationships that I've made with different people. This community is so amazing. I think you can see that, like I said, through the outpouring of love for Alice. And I don't want to give up this space. I just have to figure out a way to work it all in a way that is maintainable. So, but with that, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, everyone, thanks. Bye.